Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Sue Kremer. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the state of Minnesota, where we have been bitter cold. I know a lot of the rest of the U.S. is suffering through winter weather as well. Snow in Texas and just crazy weather, so I hope everybody's safe and doing well. And I noticed last week I had a lot of viewers on my video, so thank you for joining me. So if you're new, welcome. And I think the reason why is people are looking for new hobbies, or they have discovered stamping and it's new to them and they need some basic information. So I think from now on, my projects on Mondays are always going to be simple, and then I will show you some ways to step it up if you do have more than just stamps, ink, and paper. So if you have punches and pattern paper and dies and all the other fun stuff we purchase, but I will always show you a simple card. So thank you for joining me. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. Can you hear me okay? Please let me know. You say hello, so I'm hoping that you can hear me. No, I see you can see my goodies here. All right. Hello, hello. All right, so here we are. We are on my Facebook page. I also have a group where I like to chat, and then every Sunday I give you a stamping challenge, just if you need some direction or like challenges. They're not difficult. Lately it's been simple stamping, just use stamps, ink, and paper, and I give you ideas. I'm on Pinterest. I upload my videos to YouTube. This Wednesday I will be doing a YouTube live, also at 7:30 on my channel. I am working on my blog these days, so check that out if you're looking for more inspiration. And my website is what you use to look at my calendar. You can download PDF catalogs from there, and then that's how you get into my store if you want to purchase anything from Stampin' Up. All right, very good. Thank you, Alma, for letting me know you can hear me. All right, so here's our... Oh, first I have some things to show you. I received some Valentines. This one I got from Kristen, and this, I don't have my mini catalog handy, but this is in the mini catalog, these cute little cards. And then the envelope came with it. It's coordinating, it's got gold dots. I don't know if you can see that, but those are really cute. I know Valentine's is past. Happy Valentine's Day yesterday. But there's no reason we can't share these with people that we love. And I received this one. Isn't that gorgeous? I want to make sure you can see. It is foil. The hearts were punched out of foil, and then this is a designer series paper that also has the foil in it. This is from Anne, my sister and fellow stamper, and she puts a piece inside to coordinate the front with the inside. And this one I received from Deb. Pretty colors there. And then this one I received from Melissa. Let's see, 2 days ago. And she stamped on the inside as well. So thank you for my Valentine's Day cards. It was fun to be remembered. And I have one more. This is probably my last anniversary gift that I got. I'm going to put this behind so you can see it. Isn't this awesome? It is one of our Stampin' acrylic blocks, and Kristen, my upline, had this etched with, made it personalized. I love it. So this is going to be a keeper, and my husband's like, "You're not going to use that to stamp with, are you?" It was pretty funny. So no, this is something I will treasure. So thank you, Kristen. All right, and I'm going to create something of all the things I received for my anniversary. So thank you. That was so much fun, and I'm ready to keep going. So our card today is a simple card, stamps, ink, and paper. And I'm going to use a different set of colors for the card we create today. So is anybody stamping with me? I know a lot of times Anne likes to stamp with me. Is anybody creating with me? And let me know. I'm watching comments good today. So, but once I start creating, I might get distracted and forget to look at comments. I do that a lot too. So stamps, ink, and paper. And it is an easel card. So this 1 inch was just cut off from the end of the card base. And then I popped it up with dimensionals, and it holds our easel. So just watch. Melissa's just watching. And like I said, Anne oftentimes stamps with me. So here is another one where I cut off the 1 inch, but I made it look like sand. So I embossed it, and stand up and see if you can tell. I embossed it, and I had previously stamped with what I think is sand, and that one steps up like that. Now, if you don't cut that inch off and you have an extra piece of cardstock, oh, it is just 1 inch. So you leave the card full, you don't cut the 1 inch off, and I'll give you the dimensions for where you score. And the trick is that you score it here, and then you only adhere this front piece on the bottom, and then you can tilt it up. The dimensionals go under this 1 inch piece so it can hold it up. So using this way, you need the extra piece. Doing it this way, you cut off the piece from the card, and then you don't need the extra piece. So if you're trying to conserve or don't have a lot of color coordinated cardstock, this would be the way to go. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So let's get started. We're going to make this card in other colors. So what do you think? Oh, and you are stamping with me? All right. So you have your card base. I'm going to leave that there so you know where we're going. And I know this is going to mess up my video because the lines don't go well with that. I'm going to remember to score. So I have an extra piece, so I think we're going to do it like the second way since I have that extra piece. So we are going to score it in half like we always do. This is 8 1/2. Half of 8 1/2 is 4 1/4. So we're going to score it 4 1/4. And sorry, I had it in my head and now I'm so busy talking I forgot. I wish I had a Stampin' Up ruler, but I don't have one. They haven't offered it since I've been a demonstrator. So 4 1/4 and 6 1/4. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. So our scores are 4 1/4. I have to put this out. And 6 1/4. Let me make sure I've got that. From this end. 4, from this end, sorry. 4 1/4 and 6 1/4. Got that in? 4 1/4, 6 1/4. All right, then we're going to use our bone folder and we're going to fold it in half. I like to go back and forth and do it both sides because I do like them to lie flat. That's good. And then this second flat we're going to fold in also because that's where it's going to stand up. So that's the base of our card. So it's going to go this way, and then we're going to step it up or prop it up as an easel card that way. Let's bring this one back in so you know where we're going. So the stamps I used here were from A Friend Like You. So we have the palm tree, we have the trunk, and then the top of the palm, and then this water, and then Enjoy the Little Things were the stamps I used here. On this one, the water is actually from, I just love this, and these stamps are 75%, so this stamp is actually a bit bigger. And hold on, there we go. It's, you can see I used it a lot. And it just looks like water. It amazes me that that stamp looks like water, obviously, when you stamp it in blue. So I kind of like that too. So we might mix and match a little bit today. I think I will. These are cute. There's nothing wrong with that as our water. But I think I'm going to use this. I am going to leave this full today because I do have this extra piece. And then from My Friends Are Like Seashells, and this is in the mini catalog, I'm going to use this stamp for my sand, and I'm just going to stamp on here. So I've got that one here. And then I do like the palm tree, so there's our trunks and then the palms. And then Enjoy the Little Things I already have on a block. So, but we're going to use Misty Moonlight. So I should have told you. This is Balmy Blue and Pear Pizzazz and Whisper White. And then I stamped in Pear Pizzazz and Early Espresso, and then Balmy Blue for the sentiment and Balmy Blue for the water, and then just white on the inside. I think I forgot to tell you need white on the inside. Hopefully you know that if you're going to write on the inside of a card, you need a lighter colored cardstock. All right. Anything else here? Everybody doing good? All right. let's get busy. And I've got, going to use this because my table's not sturdy. I'm going to use this because we have photopolymer stamps. I'm going to use this to keep my Pearson mat clean. All right, so I need to reach over. We're going to change the colors up a little bit. We're going to use the Misty Moonlight and Seaside Spray. We're going to try that. Sahara Sand, we'll use that for our sand. We'll still use, well, I grabbed some other in colors. Cinnamon Cider. We'll use these for our palm tree. So we'll get a completely different look. Let's start with our sand. So it's a Sahara Sand. I had not used this color very much. And then when the mini catalog has the Seaside, or Sand and Sea, no, Sand and Sea? Yeah, Sweet. I've started using it a lot more. I almost always used to use crumb cake for these. So there's our sand. And I think that's all we're going to need. This is just 1 inch by 5.5. Let's work on our 3-inch block. So this is 3 by 3. And then this layer is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So we get a nice layer there. Let's put our, we're going to use Cinnamon Cider for our palm trees, our trunk. And I kind of like that layout where I put the palm trees to the side. I'm going to move these out of the way as I use them so I don't get confused. And put this away so I don't get ink everywhere. We're going to use Just Jade for our palms. Sorry, I am going to have to turn this back towards me. Ink, 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 ink. I have not re-inked that one yet. And then I'm going to put the tips of the trunks in the center of my palms. Like that. And hold it down for a second. Oh, that's nice. I had not stamped that in that color before. I'd only used the Pear Pizzazz. So that was Just Jade. And we're going to stamp our sentiment in Misty Moonlight, so it'll coordinate with our card base, like that one coordinates with the Balmy Blue. And here's this. This is a very nice stamp. It's thick writing. The font is very thick, but it stamps nicely. So I'm going to line up so that the Enjoy is straight across, and then the Little Things is off at an angle. Hold it for just a second. There's that so far. All right, now the card base. We're going to add some water. Oh, actually, we will keep that back. We can just layer that on here. I think I am going to use dimensionals. I think you've seen these before. I'm pretty sure they're from a paper pumpkin. So I don't know if I didn't put the paper pumpkin together or if I used my own dimensionals and not the ones from the kit. So Anne, are you creating? Do you have your card? Did that make sense to you? I don't know if you know, Anne is my sister and also a teammate. So we chat most Monday nights after I'm done with my video. It's not quite straight, is it? Hold on, that's gonna bug me. There we go. Nice layer there, and that is Seaside Spray. And Seaside Spray is one of the in colors that will be retiring at the end of April. We're shifting things up with Stampin' Up. So, all right, and then this is our card base, so it'll stand up like this. So I'm going to center this on here, and then it'll stand up like that with our little piece of sand. So I want some water on the bottom of this. We're going to mix and match. We're going to use this water, and this is from the High Tide stamp set, which has been around for a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if this one retires. But I don't know. I will know, I think, at the end of March. So I'm just going to try to go straight along the bottom here. And without re-inking, I'm going to stamp a few more times. It just gives a little more interest. There. I'll hold it closer to the... Yes, Anne says we chat almost every day, and it's almost always about stamping. So there's our water. That just amazes me that it really does look like water. All right. I think we're ready to put our card together. Now you will notice that none of these cards had any bling, no rhinestones, no pearls, no other embellishments. And I don't have any ribbon on there either, because to be honest, I'm not sure where I would put ribbon. If you have suggestions, I'd be happy to add ribbon. I have some. I think I have pool party ribbon that would look nice. And I have a full 4. Oh, that doesn't look like it's 4 by 5 1/4. Does it? Let's get this out of the way. I think we're done with that. The dimensions on this look off. It's supposed to be 4 by 5 1/4, and it is not 5 1/4. It is 5. So we'll go 5 by 3 3/4. There. Now it's the right size. Hello, hello, Kathy. Let's see. Where did my adhesive go? I have a new one here. I stocked up on a snail when it retired and went on sale. And I don't have a refill for my seal. So I'm just going to put a layer on the inside. Misty Moonlight's kind of dark to be writing on. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to use dimensionals to adhere our sand piece. I've only done this with these stamps in this color. It'd be kind of fun to come up with some other ideas. I will bring out my other samples when we're done with this card here in just a minute. And talk about some other ideas I have and options you have. So I'm going to put this right at the bottom. I'm going to line it up. The dimensionals there on this piece of cardstock are what's going to hold our easel part up. So you really do need dimensionals on this 1-inch piece here, whether it's from your card base or an additional piece of cardstock like I have here. Now this one I am going to center, but I'm only going to put adhesive below my fold so that it pops up like this. I know my card, if I go slower I get better, but adhesive. So I am centering this on the front of the card. I'm going to prop it open and burnish it really well. And there's our card. I do have one more thing that we could do if I have. All right, so there's our card. I think it's really cute. Enjoy the little things. So my other card samples, see this uses some dies and I have them handy if you want to see them. So the palm trees on this one are from the Friendly Silhouettes dies, and it's this piece that I used. So I just used my 3 by 3 inch piece of white cardstock and I die cut it, and the bottom is cut. This does cut it for you. And then I just stamped, I kind of lined it up where I knew I wanted to put that piece and use that same water stamp. So that's one option if you want to use some dies. And then this die came from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So if you have a small punch, that would work too. But I used a die on that just to give it a little something. To create the sky on this one, I used my blending brush, and I really liked the look of the sky there, which is why I chose to put my sentiment on this corner. Otherwise, I would have covered up my beautiful sky. So here, the palm trees are just the idea of palm trees. On this last sample, where did it go? Oh boy. It was right here. Oh, it's hiding. Oh, and I should show you this one. I don't know if you can tell. Let me look. Stand up and look. I did fussy cut this seashell, and that is from the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set. And I just fussy cut it because I misplaced my die cuts. So for this one, that's the subtle embossing folder. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of extra color in there. And I will show you, I used this blending brush and Sahara sand, I believe. And I actually put the ink on my embossing folder. I went just like this and put embossing ink on there. And then I ran my 1-inch piece of cardstock through my machine, and it embossed it and added a little bit of extra color. And so that's where the color on that came from. So I think we've talked about everything there. The blending brush there. I could add a little more here, maybe. But anyway, that was that one. And then on this one, I had first stamped using the same sand stamp that we did on ours today. And then I ran this one through, I think it's called the texture. Oh, sorry. I bought a labeler and I'm going to put labels on these. But this is another embossing folder that's a little more detailed than the subtle. Just to give it a little more interest. And can you see I used the seabed embossing folder on just this bottom part of the flap. What else? That's the same die cut that I used on this one for the palm trees. And then I used my blending brushes, my green and my brown one, to add color behind my die cut to kind of color in the palm trees. So I think those are the differences. So there are my cards. What do you think? I love them. They'll be kind of fun to send to somebody. Enjoy the little things. Oh, my other idea, which I didn't get to today, I was working on my blog instead. My other idea is to use 2 of these. Use the smaller one for my white and then the larger one for a coordinating color. Whether I use Sahara sand like these or, you know, this one's the Pear Pizzazz or the Seaside Spray to make a layer and then put that on my, as my pop-up. So, but I didn't get there. So maybe I will do that tomorrow if I have time to stamp. Any questions, let me know. I will look through the comments. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. Yeah, the easel card is kind of fun. I've been watching a few other demonstrators lately, and somebody commented that, you know, regular cards, you know, our standard cards are fun. You know, it's fun to create a card like this. Melissa used lots of designer series paper and stamps and embellishments and everything. And punch. Oh gosh, she used a punch too. Wow, that was a lot, Melissa. But just to have something a little different makes it more interesting for me, the creator. And I don't know if people enjoy the extra that I put into a fun fold, but I just love fun folds. So that's something I'm working on my blog, is to have kind of a library of fun folds, because I'm always looking for something different. And I did some, you know, 10, 15 years ago that I'd like to find again, but to find them in one place. And so that's my task these days. So thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. And let's see. Kathy says it's nice to think of palm trees rather than snow. Kathy, are you getting snow? I think you're in Ohio, aren't you? I think you were. I think our daughter in Indiana was getting snow as well. We actually haven't had snow. We've just been bitter cold. It didn't get above 0 today. Anyway, I don't want to talk about the weather. Let's talk about cards. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. Bye for now. See you next Monday or Wednesday on YouTube. Bye.